Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Oh boy, this is a huge beer. This is Avery's Tweak. And what this is this is called their annual barrel series. This is batch number 1, stout brewed with coffee added, aged in bourbon barrels. Alcohol by volume is 17.81%. This is bottled on October 28th of 2014. And all that is written right here on the label. So thumbs up to those guys at Avery. They do some great monster beers. And this is a monster beer, guys. This is a small 12-ounce bottle, but it's almost 18%. This will kick your ass. It'll probably kick my ass too. And I'm used to drinking the bigger beers, but this will probably kick my ass. When I come back with a final chug, I know I'm going to have a big buzz going on. So if I do, I apologize. And if it offends you, I've had this beer for quite a while. This was sent to me by Nate. Nate, thanks for sending this to me. I apologize. It's taking so long to get to it. But with the 17.81% alcohol by volume, this beer is going to keep for a good 15 or 20 years. So, and like I told you in yesterday's review, I'm going to try to get some of these bigger beers that I've been cellaring for a while. And some of the stuff that's been in the fridge downstairs, the 2 fridges downstairs, that are pretty good sized beers, and beers worth cellaring. So I'm going to try to empty some of that stuff out here over the next several months, and this is one of them. So Nate, thanks again, brother, for sending me this. I know this is going to be a great beer. I know it's a big beer, and I know it's probably going to kick my butt. So final beer of the evening as far as I'm concerned, and we're going to get on with this one and see where it ends up. Alright, this is a 17.81%. Says here the IBUs are 107 on this beer, which is a lot of hops takes to balance this beer out. I mean, this is not a hop forward beer, but the IBUs are 107. And it takes that kind of bittering hops to match up with the sweet malt it takes to brew an almost 18% beer. I mean, there's some double IPAs out there that don't even come close to the IBUs of this beer. But it takes that much bittering hops to balance out the beer. So I'm hoping this is going to be a very tasty treat. So let's see where it ends up, guys. Commercial description on this one says there is none on rate beer. It says formerly known as, on Beer Advocate, it says formerly known as meth addict and coffee with sophocles. And this beer has coffee added to it, so that would be the only deterrent whether the coffee fades cellaring this beer over time. This beer, well, like I said, was bottled on October 28th of 2014, and we're into November of 2015. So this beer has been in the bottle for a year. Plus it's barrel aged on top of that. So it's hard to tell how long that they had it in the barrel before they even bottled it. So this beer could have been brewed 2 years ago. So we'll see what this one brings. The only fuss I got about Avery beers they put this silly ass bowl on there and it comes off in little bitty pieces. I don't like that. I do not like that. But that's just their little quirkiness that they do on all their beers, and I wish they didn't. I wish they didn't. So it takes another little extra step to make sure everything is nice and tight to the bottle once you get the cap off of it, to make sure none of that foil gets down into your glass. But small price to pay to have almost 18% beer. So don't want this to be a monster long video. I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about. Let's go over to the food pairing. Cheese is better brie Gouda Havarti Swiss, and since it is a stout, it goes well with your chocolate dishes. And the meat is beef, smoked meat, game, grilled meat. Glass right a pint back in another tumbler, snifter, oversized wine glass. I'm using my favorite glass again today, guys. I love this glass. I love this glass. Did I say I love this glass? I love this glass. This is the Sovereign beer glass, guys. Very thick walled glass, not very easy to break. My favorite glass. My damn good friend Parrish sent it to me as a gift a while back, and it is my favorite glass. If this glass got broke, I would buy another one. But I take very good care of it. I don't put any of my beer glasses in the dishwasher. They're all hand washed. If you're putting your beer glasses in a dishwasher, you're fool. Hand wash your beer glasses, especially your favorite beer glasses like this one is of mine. Never would put this in a dishwasher. Never, ever, 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 ever. So hand wash your beer glasses. That way you know that it's not going through some kind of extra process. So nothing else to talk about, so let me see if I can get the cap off of this thing. I'm going to run my finger around the bottom of this bowl just to help keep it all on the bottle. Nice hiss. Tighten that bowl up around the bottom of the neck of this glass so none of it comes off. Alright, into the glass we go. Oh, I know this is going to be good. It's like motor roll coming out. Oh, that looks so good. Very rich, dark, tan head on that. And I'm getting the bourbon already. I haven't got it to my nose, I'm getting the bourbon. About a half a finger of head on that pour. Over to the light, there is none. It's pitch black, guys. Black as night. Oh. The bourbon. The bourbon is off the chain, guys. Even being in the bottle for a year, and however long it was in the barrels, the bourbon is off the chain. Rich roasted malt, caramel, toffee, dark fruit, chocolate, coffee. So much going on with this beer. And need I remind you, this is almost an 18%er. This is definitely a sipper, not a chugger. If you chug this beer, somebody ought to slap your teeth out of your mouth. And it's just not a cheap beer. I'm sure Nate probably paid, this is a 12-ounce bottle. I'm sure this is probably a $15, $18 bottle for a 12-ouncer. This is a special occasion beer, or a beer that you may want to share some with a friend. And an 18%, you could share this with 3 or 4 people and pour just a little bit like liquor, and just have everybody taste it and enjoy it. The bourbon is just off the chain, guys. It's off the freaking chain. It is awesome. Well, I can't wait any longer. It's time to dive in. Let's get it on. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Nate. Thank you, my brother. That's sex in a glass. It is a little hot. I will tell you right off the bat, the alcohol is not completely hidden. It's almost 18%, guys. What do you expect? How can you hide 18% alcohol? You can't. You cannot hide that much alcohol. And they have added coffee to this. Stout with coffee added. The coffee may fade. If you try to sell this beer for 15, 20 years, it's still going to be a great beer. But the coffee is not going to be as prominent up front as it is when it's first put in the bottle. That will probably fade a little bit over time. So, I am getting it though. I am getting the coffee, but if I'd have done this last year at this time, last November, I would probably get a little more coffee in it than I'm getting right now, being in a bottle a year. But it is still awesome. And the bourbon, did I say the bourbon was off the chain? The bourbon is definitely off the chain. You can tell they are using first run bourbon barrels, barrels that's never had beer in them before, to get that much bourbon in this beer. Wow. Wow. It's awesome. It's freaking awesome, guys. And if you're used to drinking a 5% beer, this will kick your ass in the dirt. You'll be face down. You drink one of these beers and somebody's going to have to carry you to the bed. And if you're drinking this in a bar or a pub, you better have a designated driver, because you will be looking at the wrong arm of the law. That flashlight down in your eyeball. You been drinking? How many beers you had? I only had one. Yeah, but it was 18%. Stupid. Yeah. Drink this at home, guys. Drink this at home. This is a great beer. It's an awesome beer. It's a world-class beer. Wow. Wow. You can get a woody drinking this. Wow. Freaking delicious. Well, let me have a sip or two. And fire up that stick I had going out there, that Maduro wrap stick. And we'll come back here after I've been sitting on it about 30 minutes, 40 minutes or so, and see where it ends up. But right now, it's definitely an 8. Let's see if it gets a 10. Hang around. Alright guys, I'm back. I got a little bit left here. This is freaking delicious, guys. The bourbon is off the chain, like I said. Rich roasted malt, caramel, toffee, dark fruit, coffee, vanilla. Wow. This beer is delicious. I took some in there and gave it to her. I went to the bathroom and I could hear her in there going, I heard 3 before I got back. And then she said, "You don't want any more, do you?" So, pretty tasty. I had a subscriber ask me today, do you really take it back and let her have a sip 2 or 3? Every beer that I do, she gets a taste of it. So, let's do the power chug on this one. Oh, God. This beer is awesome, guys. If you see this beer in the store and you're a stout fan, especially a bourbon barrel aged stout fan, you need to pick this beer up. You really, really do. 18%, almost 18%, 17.83, 17.81%, almost 18%. This will get you in the fast lane in a hurry. Final beer of the evening, final chug. Cheers. Thanks, Nate. Thank you, brother. Look at the lacing on that glass. Wow. The bourbon is just, pow. It's awesome. It's a 10 for me, guys. It's a 10. It's definitely a 10. And if I scale 1 to 11, it would be an 11 on the scale. It's a very, very tasty beer, very well-made beer. For almost 18%, there is hints of alcohol in there. I mean, you can't hide 18% alcohol. You cannot do it. But for what it is, it's awesome. It is freaking awesome. I would buy this beer again. If I could get my hands on this beer, I would buy it again. It's definitely a beer to pick up and serve to special guests. Or a special occasion. And if you got 3 or 4 people, pour them 3 or 4 ounces in each glass and let them try it. And let them taste it. It is awesome. It is awesome. It's off the chain, guys. It's off the chain. It's a 10 beer. It's one of the best bourbon barrel aged beers, especially for this ABV of almost 18% that I've had in a long, long time. So. And Avery is known for producing these monstrous ABV beers, and they are known for doing it. So, and this is a winner from them. So, and all the information on the label that you need, the ABV, when it was put in the bottle, everything you need to know about this beer is on the label. So. 10 for me. I'm going to give it a 10. It's 100. It's 100 for me. Over to Beer Advocate. They say 97 world class. It is world class. My numbers are a little better than that. Like I told you before, these guys that do the beer reviews for these sites, unless it really blows them away, they are not impressed by that. So, but 97 from these guys is pretty good. It's pretty good. And over to Rate Beer says 100 overall and 98 in the style. I agree with that. It is a 100 beer, guys. It's 100 in the style. It's 100 overall. It's 100 everywhere. It's 100, 100, 100. But just remember that it is an almost 18%er. And I got a buzz. I will admit I do have a buzz. So it's one of these beers that it's not something you want to chug. It's not something that you want to drink every day. But if you're in a hurry to get in the fast lane, this will get you there. This will get you in the HOV lane. You better have somebody beside of you because the man's going to pull you over. If you're in that lane over there, you ain't got nobody with you. And the dummies they strap to the damn seats over there don't work. It just don't work. So drink this one at home, or have a designated driver if you're drinking it out in a pub or a bar somewhere. It's pretty potent. It's pretty potent. It's a heavy beer. It's a sipper, not a chugger. So I enjoyed this one very much, guys. Very, very much. So Nate, thanks again, brother, for sending this one to me. Awesome beer. Awesome beer. There's nothing that I would say that could say this beer would be better if you did this or you did that. It's awesome. It's awesome. So if you've had this one from Avery Brewing, this is their Tweak. This is a bourbon barrel aged with coffee infused. Aged in bourbon barrels. This is batch number 1. Awesome beer. I enjoyed this one. This is very, very nice. And it's about time for dinner. Let's go have some dinner. See y'all tomorrow. Let's go see what's in the fridge. See you then.